everybody, I'm Allie with Potomac Beads. Join me in making the Trinidad earrings with a simple combination of some tubelets and seed beads to hold the Rivola in as a nice bezel. Remember, if you need any of the materials, you can go to the links below me in the description to purchase from us online at PotomacBeads.com as well as PotomacBeads.eu. So to begin, we are going to pick up one of our Perma-Finish Pink Lilac 8-0 seed beads, and that's the Toho brand, followed by one tubelet, one 11-0, and this is the Miyuki Duracoat light pewter color, and another one of my tubelets, which is the white baby blue luster. We're going to repeat that same pattern 2 more times. 8-0, tubelet, 11, tubelet, 8, tubelet, then an 11, and then our last tubelet bead. Take that down until you have about 1 inch left in your thread, and I'm using 0.006 Wildfire beading thread, and I have the green color here so you can see the thread a little nicer. Go in then and just literally tie this into a knot. I'm going to do 2 knots, right over left, left over right. Give a nice tight pull. Now what we want to do is get it into that triangle formation. To do so, I'm going to take the thread and needle back through the 8-0, the tubelet 11, and the tubelet. Skip over the 8 and go into the next tubelet 11 tubelet. Push that thread so that the 8-0 is kind of curled towards the outside of the project, and it'll kind of poke out by itself there. On the next one again, skip over the 8, go into the tubelet 11 tubelet. Again, kind of push that 8 off to the top and give a nice tight pull. One more time through that tubelet, 11 tubelet, and push that third and final 8 off to the side. So this is going to be the front of our earrings. And as I come out my last tubelet there, what I'm going to do is step up to the 8-0 that's popped out next on the side. Coming out the 8-0 on the side, we're going to go to the back and work to the back. You're going to add 2 11s, 1 tubelet, an 11, and then repeat going backwards. So you have 2 11s, you're going to add, then a tubelet, 1 11, tubelet, 2 11s. Go over to the next 8-0 in line and go through that. So those 2 tubelets with the seed beads are going to kind of hang out on the exterior of the triangles. Again, repeat 2 11s, tubelet, 1 tubelet, and 2 11s. Sew into the next 8-0. One more time, 2 11s, tubelet, 11, tubelet, and 2 11s. The triangle is going to sit to the front of the design. I'm sewing back through my first 8 that my thread was coming out of. And then at the same time, I'm going to step up to my next spot by going through the first 2 11s I put on in this row, as well as the tubelet, and through the 11-0 that sits between the 2 tubelets in that first row. As I'm there then, I'm going to put my Rivoli into place, which I'm using the Color Shift Coast color. And I'm going to put the Rivoli so that it's crystal side down, and then your silver foil side is going to be up. From here, you're going to go into all of the 11-0s that sit between the tubelets in those 3 little arches, sewing from one to the other. As you pull and sew from the one to the other, that's going to bring those tubelets towards the back and bring the sides in to hold in the Rivoli, nice and simply. When you flip to the front then, you see that nice triangle, that color shift, and then the 8-0s that kind of separate along the sides. I'm going to reinforce one more time, going through all the 11 O's here in the back. And then what I'm going to do is take my thread, go through one of the tubelets, 2 of the 11 O's that sit after it, and come out after one of the 8 O's. Grab your wire guard or your wire protector, and we're going to sew that in so that way we can add our ear wire. To add your wire guard, go ahead and sew up through the one side of the wire guard, go around the horseshoe arc, down the other side, which is going to be like a little tube. Make sure as you're doing that, especially with this green color too, you'll be able to see it a little bit better, that that thread sits right inside that U channel. So back through the 8-0 that your thread's coming out of, and go one more time around that same wire guard. So up through the first little channel there, down the other side, and then back through the 8. Again, making sure that your thread sits right in that channel so that way you don't see it at all. And it's going to work so that way that channel with a wire guard can sit right in the ear wire. If it happens to want to shift into the 8-0, just kind of move it a little bit so that way it comes back to center. From here then, we are going to get rid of our thread by taking it back to the back of the project and tying it off. Remember the original starter thread we did tie, so you're going to go back with your thread burner and just burn off that thread end. If you want, you can put a needle on it and bring it towards a little bit towards the back of the project to get rid of it. But I'm just going around the back one more time, grabbing that thread burner and burning off the extra thread. Around the corner here then as well, bringing that thread towards the back of the design and doing the same thing along the edge for that burn. Then what you're going to have is you're going to grab your ear wire, and if you're using a fish hook like this, you'll just slide it right down on, and the little tubelet triangle will hang right on the end of the ear wire. Thanks so much for joining me in making the Trinidad earrings. Remember, if you need any of those materials, down below me in the description are links to the exact products that were used as well as the categories. To shop with us online at PotomacBeads.com as well as PotomacBeads.eu. You can always also like as well as subscribe to this YouTube channel to get regular updates from us when we have new products like the tubelets, as well as go live, have tutorials, and have new Better Beater episodes. As always, thanks so much for watching and enjoy your own Trinidad earrings.